Hello. Today, a new movie. Today is, I realized too late, the video for the 18th Duke of Norfolk time around, that I hadn't done my usual habit of mentioning what day it was. So today is Monday the 7th of December 2015, to be precise, 2327 hours Central European time. And I give you the last remaining riddle of the world. To some people anyhow. The good John player, who was that bugger and what did he do? And moreover, whose was that bugger? These things. Wolves. See, how do I start this? First of all, I want to say that if you haven't read the comment under the video of the video to the 18th Duke of Norfolk, and if you haven't bothered to read my emails that I sent out all day and over the last days, I want to point out that 18 is currently vacant, and today instead I did that when I was on a little walk, amongst other things, buying me these just about an hour or two ago. Namely, I recruited, much in the same manner as with the 18th Norfolk, I recruited someone new. And I bet you were wondering, who will it be? Well, today I recruited, no, not a woman, though she is called Virginia. I recruited all of fucking Virginia as the new number 12. Why is it 12? Because according to Wikipedia, faked as it might be, it says on Virginia that it is ranked 12th in population. And after all, as it is the people that liberation of mankind is about, I figured, okay, yeah, 12. Like, you know, like Edward the Deserter happened to be 18th because he was calling himself 18th. I figured, well, so Virginia is like 12, okay, Virginia is the new 12. Virginia, all things Virginia and all things in Virginia. Incidentally, if you still believe about this magic crap, it says here, finest Virginia selection. Which, I'm pretty darn sure it says there, because along the way you figured, no, it was not the bloody Norfolks. So maybe it was bloody Norfolk, Virginia or something. See, there was a lot of guessing, and someone associated Virginia with JPS more than, which is more than there is any fucking reason to. I mean, maybe they have Virginia tobaccos in there, that's completely past the point. The point is the coat of arms, namely the original. Now, if you do some research online, you will find out that they fucking changed around the coat of arms. They did away with it for a while, they changed it. They had a phase where it was lions, because the delusion was that it must have been the lions who did that, until the bloody eagles figured, no, it's not the fucking lions. So, the point is, back in the day when I started smoking these things, I know that back then on the pack were left and right of the nondescript coat of arms, not lions or any other nondescript creatures, but wolves. And incidentally, they have gone back to putting wolves on there again. Which is interesting insofar as that it is an act of desperation, I take it. So they figured, okay, they've done all kinds of shit, including the movie A Werewolf in London, or how it was called. There was a magnificent song done by the makers of this, the original makers of this. I'll get to that in a minute. The song is called Sign of the Wolf. The precise timing, and this is not from 1985, this song is older. This song goes back to at least 83, probably 82. Whether the song was made as counter-ridicule due to that movie I just mentioned, I don't know. Maybe the song is even older, but the point is, this song is made by the same people as this here. And this was pre the conquering of the metal heads, so to speak, in England. So the riddle. So whose was it? Well, it was not the Lions, and by that I mean it was not the fucking Norfolks, nor was it them that he had. It was not the Bloody Eagles. It was not the Roman Catholic Church. I could imagine some of you probably thought, was it the Roman Catholic Church? No, nor was it the Anglican Church, nor was it anybody other than quintessentially people like me. And what they did was, they figured, when it comes to the worst, namely lions and eagles, I mean the eagles always had the problem that there were a few different ones of them, and it took them a while to sort out, if they have sorted it out at all. With the lions it was pretty simple. You know, there's just one type of lion, you don't have no different types of lions. But somebody way back when, and the marketing campaign currently is JPS Special since 1970. I'm not perfectly sure if that date is true or not, but it is thereabouts. And what matters is not John Player, because they had John Player before. What matters is the coat of arms they used to have on this shit back then. And it was wolves. So how did they work this? Back when I was a kid, they have this on record, but I don't have it as video. I must have been about 4 or 5 years old, and that must have been about 1980-ish, maybe early 81, thereabouts. Though I guess it was more 1980-ish, if not even 79, though. I'm not perfectly sure about that. We had just moved into the apartment in the 12th district. I remember that the apartment still was pretty much empty. I do remember, for instance, that we didn't have furniture in the bedroom, or where I slept anyhow. And I slept on the floor, basically, with a blanket. I was a little kid then. I was about 4 years old or thereabouts. And that night, my mother had a party. Maybe it was the housewarming party, I don't remember. But there was quite a lot of people there, and it was very loud, so I couldn't sleep anyhow for a long time, until eventually, 3 in the morning or something, little kid that as I was sent to the room to sleep. And that night I had a horrible, and the thing is, at that party was somebody called Tony, which is completely pointless. Tony, not Tony, he was not English. Anton. Tony. And he smoked whatever fucking brand of cigarette, I don't even remember, I think it was Hobby or something, some Austrian brand of cigarette. And the only reason why it matters is because I was just so bored there out of the party as a little kid that I just looked at his pack of cigarettes, and that was the first time in my entire life that I ever looked at a coat of arms, so to speak. And I remember looking as a little kid, looking at, those were lions I think, or whatever it was, but looking at this coat of arms. And later that night, or maybe it wasn't even that same night, but very quickly thereupon, I had the worst nightmare I ever had in my life, or as I put it, I had the only nightmare I ever had in my life, namely of 2 winged lions, and no, those were not griffins. I can tell a bloody griffin. Those were not griffins. Winged lions coming to get me and dragging me out of the window. In retrospect, a mere 35 years later, that all comes to make sense because of the wolves. That is why. Somebody back then understood that, and this was probably before I even was born, because this shit was around before I was born, but not long before I was born. Somebody figured, oops, we have a bit of a problem. And the interesting thing about this is that, and that is something you must understand, is that this was worked in spite of the fact that I wasn't in England at that point, or hadn't been to England. So they succeeded, even though it was English people who invented this, they succeeded to work this mechanism prior to my visit to London. Very important. So maybe at the visit of London, I was just registered, or they just noted me on the airport or wherever, going, ooh, wait a minute, here's someone, he's called Wolfgang, as the case is. And yeah, oh look, he has something already. So maybe that's why I got the special witch program at the Madame Tussauds and whatnot, and also at the Tower and whatnot. Back to the wolves. What is it with the wolves? When the lions and the eagles rip one another to the shreds, somebody back then figured Well, and then it's time that they all go to the wolves. Which really means, and this is the part that you people out there didn't understand because of your once more sitting on the word Scheuklappen, the English word Scheuklappen, for in the English language the word Scheuklappen. You don't understand how it cannot have been one of them. No, this was people like me who invented this. This was a rare case of something like the French did with their mentioned Louis de Funès movie, where they were in desperation and they warned. This is something they did to take care of the mess that eagles and lions will leave this world in. And as we look around over the last couple of decades, oh, this is quite a mess. Which means that, and by the way, all of this wolf thing, and German language-wise, everything wolf stands a high chance of being affected that way. There's a lot of German names that start with wolf. Wolf in itself is a German name, though a little rare. Wolfgang is much more common. They tried to conquer all of the wolves as best as they could, the fucking Abwehr and whatnot, once they figured out, oh, there's something fishy going on. But they didn't get all of them. Likewise, what they did was Horst, the German name Horst, which really translates to English as the eagle's nest. And in my personal past, in the build-up phase, there was someone with the magnificent name of Horst Hermann von Allwürden, being the eagle's nest, so to speak. And I'm sure that, other than me, everybody bloody else there was fucking eagles. I mean, drones, alright, and worked through them and whatnot. And I, a stupid wolf, got into it. Doesn't matter. And the horse shit is here by declared history, by the way. I did that a little while ago as I hung up. I did mention the kitchen door that I kicked through. I figured, oh, I still have a poster of one heck of a wolf. I just put it up there. It's looking pretty nice. The wolf has a bit of a grim Jackie smile, if you know about comic books. Talking about comic books, in DC, and oh, I sense the bitch Queen Khan is still not yet fucking thrown out the window. They went as far as to create the character Steppenwolf. No shit. Unimportant little side character, besides, he's history anyhow. All of the C shit is history. As I've explained countless times. Well, not countless times, but I've explained in the past, doesn't matter. They tried to get at the wolves. They tried to say, yeah, but which wolf are you? I mean, look at how many different wolves there are. Look, there are brown and gray and white and whatnot. For the simple reason is that the makers of the logo originally, that logo they worked, were wise enough to make this generic wolf. This is all the fucking wolves. This is not a particular type of wolf, like, well, is it a bald eagle or is it not bald? I'm talking briefly about bald eagles. If your good Mr. Trump happens to have a hairpiece, I'm not sure about that, if it's really, or, hey buddy, that's his own hair. No, he doesn't have an earring and has not got, no, he has an earring. Well, the point being, if Trump has a hairpiece, you have a problem. Because they might work their eagle shit and bald eagle shit in ways, namely the continental ex-Austrian, ex-German Adler Wichser, might work their shit about, well, okay, alright, when you're young, maybe you're some American eagle, but as you go, no, you are not, but as you would go bald, you might become American, unless, of course, you decide not to be bald and put a fucking hairpiece on, or get yourself a bloody transplant or something. Because then apparently you don't want to be a bald eagle, do you? So, the choice over there, if he has a hairpiece, the choice seems to be, do you elect fucking Trump, piece of shit, who's a bloody, what do we call these things? A bloody filth eagle, not a bald eagle from America, or the bitch queen tool, you know, the Hillary crazy. Awesome choice. But that just as a little aside, but back to wolves. It's not which bloody wolf, it doesn't bloody matter. And the thing is, as you know by my email address, I am Rabid Omega Wolf. What does that mean? Who came up with that? I did. No shit. Way back when. My phases did. Rabid Omega Wolf. What does Rabid Omega Wolf mean? Rabid Omega Wolf basically means outside of and denying all hierarchy. Because the thing is, we're not really wolves. Nor do we change to be wolves. Or think we are werewolves or something. We are human. Which means, oh, they just annihilated that little line. Which means, I had a line to follow this one. Oh, they're really sitting on it here. Which means, let's have another little cigarette. Did I hit the, yeah, I hit the record button. Which means, basically, that no one cares what delusional measures or tricks you think you have found to do away with the wolves. Like, you know, clanning them up or something. And hierarchy, back to hierarchy, that was the point, thank you. The thing about hierarchy is that, as we're not really wolves but people, and as moreover, I, and that is all that it takes, understand how hierarchy works, I mean that hierarchy does not exist. It is amongst them here, namely my little bunch, and that could be quite a bloody large bunch. I mean, there's a lot of wolf named people out there, and JPS, I mean, they sell the shit dirt cheap. Maybe that was a bad measure, because when I was a kid, that shit was shit expensive. These days, they sell it everywhere. Whatever they were thinking. For nothing. This is one of the cheapest brands these days. And the thing is, you cannot de-wolf the wolves. And they are not there to serve anyone. They are not there to help out the lions, or help out the eagles, or be conquered by the lions, or be conquered by the eagles, or anything. And if you print Virginia on it, that doesn't make any fucking difference. Much the opposite. I found you printing Virginia on this so fucking funny that was one of the reasons that made me choose Virginia and all in it as the new number 12. I give you a little the Lions in England, oh, they fucking worked at this shit. I mean, they fucking worked against this shit. They worked through Games Workshop in particular with an unspeakable amount of idiocy, as long as they owned Games Workshop. Eventually, they seem to have lost it pretty much to, maybe via America, I'm not sure, to the Eagles. And they worked even more crap on staining the wolves, having no idea what the fuck they actually were trying to get at. So, what is this? This is what a horrible word for it, a sleeper program, but not really a sleeper program in your stupid Secret Service sense. This is just a mankind liberation program. That's what it is. Because some people who were absolutely, I guarantee you that, atheists, not at all lurchies from America, or Anglicans, or fucking Jews, or fucking Catholics, or fucking whatever the shit else. These were A, atheists, B, most probably scientists, or at least had to do with the tech of things back then. Maybe they were some rogue agents who just figured, well, this is not gonna wind up well. So they started this program. And the program was tried to be killed off by others, defeated by others, tainted by others, conquered by others, and it never the fuck worked. And here I am smoking cigarettes that I bought and realizing the details of a whole lot of things. And And it's so fucking nice. And if I look out there, I don't even see the hole anymore. I see a wonderful, wonderful big wolf. This thing is about that bloody large. I mean, this is about twice life size as far as wolves go, I guess. It's a wolf coming at you, pretty much. And so I mentioned that. I mentioned the horse shit not working anymore. Anything else? Well, all the wolves out there are hereby ultra liberated, all of them, no matter where they are. And you're staining JPS. I mean, if you ever went for this shit, the letters, that's got nothing to do with shit. If you think you put anything on there that works against that, then you delude yourselves, because that has nothing to do with it. If you think the color versions change this, then you delude yourself, because this program is fucking older than your bloody color versions. You know, but basically, there's nothing you can do against the wolves. Nothing. And the hitherto called, hitherto, is that right? Hitherto? Yeah, hitherto called rabid omega wolf is just basically me. So, I know I did not mention this in any other video, nor did I write it into the email. There appears to be some place in Scotland called Kippen. I'm not perfectly sure it's a vintage place, if it's actually fucking made up by those who ridicule me, but if there's a Kippen place, due to the various types of ridicule that I got the last few days since I made the video at the 18th, jokingly I've been referring to myself as, because in German Kippen means fags, the Lord of Kippen. So you're talking to the Lord of Kippen and the Lord of Kippen who's head of the wolves, basically. And he's not white or black or whatnot, because he's human and a wolf. So the Lord of Kippen, who's not beneath anybody, because it's a joke title, the Lord of Kippen, and Virginia, oh yeah, the Virginia part. Virginia, hello Virginia! Hello Langley! Who's Langley in that part of Virginia? If not, it would be even more brilliant. If it is, that's fine too. Let's see. I used to notice they're fucking around with Virginia and the other Virginia. The Yes, it is indeed Virginia. Okay, that's good. It's not the other Virginia. Fine. Well then, hello Langley. And I don't mean the NASA people. Oh, by the way, NASA people, you are now number 12, which really means that you should really think if you want to meet the same fate as Edward the Deserter. Langley? Hello. My Langley, not the fucking NASA Wixers or Wixers. Hello, Langley. You might want to send some wolf-named people born between 70 and 79 a free pack of these, if you do nothing else for the time being. And just put a sticker on it or something. You're with the wolves, boy. And I'll give you a little more of this here. The bloody cameraman of this video is too bloody loud. He's disturbing the wolf. It's a crap video anyhow. You got the howl. I'll give you the beginning howl again. There you go. So all of fucking Langley, USA happens to be number 12. This video has been severely fucked up in tone and presenting style and whatnot. They allowed me pretty much freedom of such sabotaging the 18th video around. This time around they chose to really kill some of it. Everything said though, this shit in particular, is absolutely true. And I should point out, as I liberated the Russian eagle from the grasp and clutches and the talons, I should say, no? From the talons of the fucking ex-Austrian Germans and the original crap eagle. I do want to point out that the American bald eagle has nothing to fuck to do with that fucking Austrian and Germany. It is younger, yes, as a coat of arms, as a symbol, but that doesn't mean anything because the bloody creature depicted is bloody older than the first bloody fucking Habsburg or whatever the fuck. So, rest assured, you don't own allegiance to these fucking ex-Austrian, ex-German, whatnot. You have been liberated too.